Reed,
Present.
Smith is absent, Nelson.
Here.
Okay, make a motion to, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the September 14th meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second. There's no old business. New business is the blade mix on East North Street. We'll have a seal coat. Is that done, Darren?
Yep, we're all done with
Yeah.
that.
The roofing bids were received, and, Jay Hadley received the bid for the metal roof. It's taken care of. Concrete bids were received from Rick Peters for this, sidewalk in the front of 1905 and in the front of the massage therapy. A bid from Greg Hutchins was received, committee sent to finance, and, Rick Peters got that, was approved. The committee discussed an area on Leafland from the sinkhole repair and will need to be fixed in the near future. What was that? Yeah, you took care of that, didn't you, Darren?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was done last Friday.
Street superintendent received a quote for the John Deere, tractor with the deck and front blade with the cost of $19,900. The possibility of purchasing a cab was discussed. And we, decided not to go with purchasing the cab at this point, so that was taken care of, for the John Deere tractor for $19,900. The street department has been working on trimming trees. The committee discussed the boulevards and if the trees should be replanted. If replanted, who is responsible? I think that was the resident. Trunk or treat will be held October 30th at the old football field, and that's from 4 to 6. Assumption Community Pride cleanup was scheduled for Sunday, October 9th, and that was successful from what I understand.
18.
Yes,
Largest turnout ever.
good,
Yeah.
and was so glad to hear Kimmer was involved with that.
Yeah.
Dumpsters have already been here on September 23rd and 24th, and I don't know, did we fill all of them, Darren?
We filled 3 and a little over half. It's about what we
Okay.
did in the spring, so yeah.
Okay, so about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Okay. Then Derek is not present because he's at a meeting, so I'll turn it over to Darren for any updates.
Okay, yep, the concrete, probably, he possibly might be here Saturday to start breaking some of it out, but if not, he'll be here next week. The other is, with this square footage price, you guys take a look, I think we're gonna have to do it anyway, at the corner of Chestnut and Second down there, the ADA ramp, it's busted all up, and it's brought to my attention, so while he's here, we're gonna have him do that. I know it's over budget, but we're gonna
At
have
where,
it
at
done.
the end of the bank?
No, at the other end of the block, right
Oh,
in front of, Lucky D's place.
Okay,
That, it's busted up, there's actually a chunk heaved up right there, and I had somebody pointed out that they have a customer that uses that. So
Okay.
we will get it fixed up, just that little corner right there. I don't know what it'll cost, square footage, I didn't measure it, but it needs to be fixed, so that's just one that's an automatic there, so.
okay,
So we'll add that on, that'll be, added on wherever it is
He'll
to do
do
it.
that when he does the sidewalks.
Yeah. Yep, we'll do it all at once while he's here.
That's fine.
The other, it's already approved, but the bill will be coming in. I don't know when I'll order it or not, but the salt goes through MFT, and the MFT budget was approved, so we'll be getting a load of it sometime. It may be the end of this month, might be the next month, whenever, but we gotta get stuff out of the shed to put the salt in. The plows and stuff are in there first, so. Speaking of the roof, they got approved Hadley. Do you guys have a preference on color? Do you want it a black, a dark gray?
Either red or black. Might as well
I was
keep
gonna
it
say
school
black.
colors.
I would
Black
say
it is.
black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whichever's whatever they can get.
Yep, we talked
Preferably
about,
red
yeah.
or black, but
And then leaf vac program, looks like we'll start, like, I got the dates down. This is all tentative stuff, you know, the weather regulates a lot of it, this and that. I've got down 10/24 to 11/30, which is a Wednesday, finishes it off. The only thing is that truck, our finish date will have to be the date, because we gotta get that off there and get the salt spreader and stuff on there. So that'll be the only thing right there. Starting, we may be out we get it running next week and there's stuff, we may be out late in the week or, you know, ahead of schedule or whatever, so. But yeah, the tentative dates just for publication are 10/24 to 11/30. So, let's see, what is, there's one more here.
Do you have street closure Saturday, right?
Saturday for Knotty Pine for Oktoberfest, yeah. And that might be the only thing that would keep him from busting concrete. That's what he asked, is there anything going on? I said, well, Knotty Pine's got a deal, and I'm sure it will,
Pull that one.
1905 and those will be working together. I mean, people go from one to the other,
Right.
so we might just wait till then or whatever, so.
Okay.
He's good with that too.
Okay.
So, yeah, other than that, yeah, everything seems to be going good. I mean, we worked on some drains and stuff the other day. The water department, we jetted some and cleaned out what we could.
Did Jack get a chance to go down and look at that storm drain? I don't know if he mentioned it to you. I talked to him about it at council meeting. There at Leafland and,
Yeah, he said something
Oh.
about it. He talked to me about it, yeah.
okay.
I'd have to get with,
I didn't know if he had, that's only been not even a week, so.
yeah, we talked about it. That one there is, it's corner of Poplar and Leafland there. There might have been a drain there at one time. Something happened in that corner. I'd have to get with the former, get with John Mitzdorfer and find out. Because there's a basin there. And the culvert goes across the road. And there's a drain on that side. I don't know if there's one there and something happened that they closed that one off. But there's no, where that catch basin is, there's no drain in the bottom of it.
Yeah, he said at one time he could get down in there almost waist deep in it. I mean, it was deep, and it was the water.
When they put that water main in there, something happened.
Yeah, because he told me basically what they did is they went in and just filled it in. He said even though there's that drain, you know, sitting there next to it, where those rocks are right next to it, he said there was a drain attached down there because that water, you know, comes down that street right to that drain. And he said for some reason they filled it in.
Yeah. See, at one time some of those drains on the blacktop, one of the first steps they did to remove surface water off the system at one time, this has been many years back, they went through and they plugged them or capped them or put metal plates over them so they wouldn't take water to cut back on a bunch of the water that was going to the station. And this is probably 25, maybe 30 years ago. It's one of the first steps to start regulating because there's a lot of rainwater in those ditches, and the ditches should carry it instead of going into the system to be pumped, is their theory back then. So,
Yeah.
so they may have eliminated that drain and plugged it up and capped it.
Yeah, because when we get big rains,
So we'd have to talk to that.
yeah.
But it goes over to the other, and the way it's routed, it goes over to that other drains down there where they tried to do something there, and there is gas lines, so they can't do any ditch work on that side because Ameren have to move all the gas lines and everything, and that was something that they weren't interested in doing years back.
Well, I know the one that's capped off, he said they came and tried to dig out to make more of a ditch there to alleviate that, and he said they tried 3 times and never could get it done.
And so you get into, that's the county's ditch. That's
And
the
that
other.
was, that's
the
what he
other.
said, that was the issue.
Yeah.
When he talked to the county said the city had done that without
Authorization
basically
from them.
talking to the county, so the county's like, since the city did it, the city can fix it.
Yeah, so it's back and
So
forth
it
on
goes back and
who
forth.
okayed what, yeah.
So I just mentioned it to Jack. He asked me if I would ask, because this was at least 2 people
Mhm.
before. He
Yeah,
told
he
me, I
talked
don't
to me
remember the
about it,
guy's
yeah.
name. It wasn't,
Joe Gould's the guy that lives there
yeah, it wasn't Norman Bethard. It was actually 2 after him.
this way.
Yeah.
Right. 2 after you, Norman Nickel would be Joe, right?
Joe lives in right there on the
Joe's the
drain.
one that
Right.
lives
And
there.
if you're
Joe
coming
Gould.
this way,
No, I'm
yeah.
talking about water superintendents. It was the one that came out and capped it, and
That would have been probably Norman Bethard.
Norman
His-
Bethard.
I think Norman was back then when they did
Yes,
I
probably.
don't think it was
Guys.
Bob. I don't think it was Bob that went down there. I think that water
I would
main went
think
in
it
when
was
Norman
Norman.
was here, I
but
think.
he said it wasn't. He said it was the guy that replaced.
Norman?
He
Was
told me
him?
his name.
You went Norman, Bob, Jeremiah,
I think it was Jeremiah.
but Jeremiah wasn't on that water main, no, I don't think. That would have been, Bob would have been the water guy then,
It does flood. I mean, not
yeah.
every time. I mean,
I've
it's,
been talking to Cliff about several on that, and where, you know, he said if it's surface water, it's me. I said, well, you know, however, whatever it takes, we gotta figure it out, cause over here it gets water across the road in Oak.
I think if we could even dig that ditch out to where it would take some of that water, cause that ditch is not very shallow, or it's pretty shallow right there.
Because all those drains on that side, there's a tile or something busted, cause you go back to Jim McLeod's and his doesn't take water either. We've actually jetted it, trying to help. We jetted over here the other day trying to help. There's something wrong on the county's drainage all through there, so
And
it's above and beyond.
ceramic, cause if they're the old drains, all those trucks up and down that blacktop, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
100,000, they've
destroyed.
busted them over the years.
Yep.
Yep. So there's something, yeah, but I've talked to Cliff about it and he's aware of it, so. I told him, you know, whatever we can do together or however it works, try to at least get the water off the road and out of there, so, I don't know. I said we can't put it in our system,
Yeah.
but there's no maps of any of that, so we have no idea. It's all county. We don't know where the tiles are or nothing, so.
Okay then, and if there's anything else, I wanna thank you for striping downtown.
Oh, yeah,
I was so happy to see that, Derek, good job,
We
and
got it, yeah,
Derek
we
sent
got
me a text and said to thank you too very much for doing that,
okay, yep,
for striping.
yep. We got the curbs to finish up and the mailbox thing and stuff.
Yeah,
I
it just
actually
cleans things
added-
up.
Yeah, and added, of course, since the park is all down on the east side down there, in front of like Fisher's, DJ's, on the other side, I went ahead and put, places all the way down to the corner there. There used not to be any right there.
Yeah,
So there's a couple, three more.
Yeah.
There's another one, there's a couple other ranch down there across from Riley's place in Wimpens. I don't know what they're gonna do with them. I didn't put parking there. People will park anyway if they know
Yeah.
what to do, but
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
But yeah, I extended that down, so yeah.
yeah, okay, it was very nice. Okay then, Jim, do you have anything, okay, all right then.
Nope. Good.